What is a compliment you will remember till you die? Story 1. When I was like 19, I had an ex who had a history of abuse. We were arguing about something, I can't remember what about, but we were both shouting at each other. Then suddenly she broke down crying and started hugging me. Very confused, I let the moment pass until she could speak, and the compliment she paid me was, "Even when you're angry at me, I'm not scared of you." Story 2. I was moving a pallet through the aisles at work one day years ago. I said excuse me as I walked by an older gentleman, and he responded, "I'll never stop a working man." Not a compliment per se, but it brought a smile to my face, and I remember it to this day. Story 3. I worked for this old man, Vietnam vet. He literally survived being blown up by a mortar, doing hardwood floors when I was 18. I worked/lived with him for a year and a half. When I told him I was quitting to move back to FL, he told me, "You're not the smartest, you're not the strongest, but you got balls, kid, and that'll get you where you need to be." Don't forget to subscribe. Story 4. My friend is a veterinarian, and after spending a weekend with me and my dog, she said, "In my next life I want to come back as Rex." Because he was so happy, so well taken care of, so loved. She's an animal professional and saw my relationship with my dog and thought that was the best. I can't think of a higher compliment. Story 5. I feel like "I love your energy" is a really general but epic compliment. Some people love your looks, your voice, but an energy just seems like a really warm compliment, and you have to mean it. And it feels great to hear. Story 6. I got diagnosed with cancer last year, which was a shocker, as I was only 32. My boss said this, "You know, there are such people who are able to attract from the first meeting. You are such a person. You are bright and have great energy. I wish this fantastic power of yours will help you recover from this situation." I've never felt more seen and powerful. And I recovered indeed. Story 7. Not really a singular compliment. But I did my MPhil a few years ago. My supervisor helped me design a project, and it was huge on the workload front. He also got me to apply for a grant so I could expand it and get it done properly for publishing, which I got awarded, only non-staff member in the entire uni to get it. He also got me involved with 5 other research projects he was involved with the offer to go on as an author. Most of it worked, but that 12 months was grueling. Quite a lot of 18-hour days or sleeping in my office for 2 hours waiting for an experiment to finish at an ungodly hour. Turns out, my supervisor knew me having a 2.2 degree was going to cause issues with getting a PhD program. So the project we built, and he kept expanding on for me things for me to do. He told me it was a project he would give a PhD student to do over 3 years. MPhil is 12 months, because he knew I was capable of doing a PhD and he wanted to show that to other people. After my entire life of being awful at education, getting told by people not to bother with uni and go be a builder, thanks CareerWell's advisor, etc., that nearly broke me realizing there was actually someone being genuine with me. Story 8. At my late grandpa's post-funeral event, I and my 2 lady friends are just chatting near the driveway. Then this old guy comes over, I think he was grandpa's friend, never met him, and asks me, "Are you the one who read the eulogy?" I say, "Yeah, I am the one." He turns to one of the ladies, the pretty one, and asks, "Are you his wife?" She says, "Nah, we're just friends." We are both blushing, because we actually have some history. Anyway, he gently takes the lady's hand, with both his hands, and says, "Now you listen to me. After this, go to this boy's parents' house, sit on the couch, and declare that you're officially a member of the family, and that you'll go nowhere." Story 9. I was kind of a one-man show working to build out a technical sales team at my company. I was in a customer meeting and the worldwide sales manager introduced me, highlighted some of my accomplishments, and told the customer, "Imagine what we could do if we could hire 5 more of him." Story 10. Being told I reminded someone of my great-granny. She was the kindest, most loving, compassionate woman you could ever meet. She also had a backbone of steel and took no shit. The mayor of my hometown said she was an angel on earth, and every time he saw me he saw her reflecting out of me. I just cried and said if I can only be 1/10 the woman she was then my life was a success. He told me she would be so proud of me, so proud of the woman I had become, the mother I was, the person I had become. My great-granny and I were super close. She died when I was in high school and she was my best friend, my biggest cheerleader, my rock, so to hear that hit me like a ton of bricks. When she died, the funeral home had to set up projectors outside because the inside was filled to the brim, standing room only, and so was the front yard and parking lot. She touched so many lives with her love, compassion, and kindness. It was amazing to see because I didn't register how loved she was until that moment. She was just my granny who I loved fiercely. Thanks for watching this video to the end. I really do appreciate it, and if you could subscribe, see you next time.